Hello there, and welcome back to my little bit of Mexico. So I'm sorry about this, but my rant today is not really going to be about Mexico, although I will kind of get back to mentioning Mexico in a minute or so, or longer, and how really Mexico could be affected in some ways. In one of those deranged speeches, this time in Davos in Switzerland, the orange guy called Trump said a little while after that whenever America calls, NATO would never intervene. It would never help the United States at all. So let me point them in the direction of Afghanistan and Iraq, where many NATO troops, many of them British, also Danish too, went to help the United States when the person we thought who was mentally subnormal actually turns out to be more of a genius than Trump, that guy being George W. Bush. But has Trump ever looked at history? Does he know what's actually happening? Does he know anything about the world? Who knows? So what he has said has been a real insult to so many veterans and people who have fought for their country. I don't think that really matters to him. After all, he is a person who avoided going to war, after all. I mean, during the Iraqi war, for whatever reason, who knows the reason, and Afghanistan, I think more British, NATO, and especially Danish troops lost more people per capita than the United States actually did, especially the Danish. They lost many troops during that conflict. So imagine that Mexico is part of NATO. How would Mexico feel when the United States and its glorious leader said the same thing of Mexican troops, that they never did anything, they never appeared on the front line, they just stayed at the back and did nothing significant? Just how would Mexico feel with these ramblings of a deranged idiot? I don't know. I mean, Mexico isn't a warlike country, which is great. And it's great that Mexico doesn't get involved with wars. Yet, Mexico did actually help the United States during the Philippines conflict with the famous squadron that they sent to the area. I think they're called Escuadrón 201. I don't know how many planes Mexico sent to the Philippines to help the Americans during the conflict, but they were a well-known, very revered squadron, certainly here in Mexico. It would be nice to know if the Americans thought in the same way. Why does the US forget about the things that other countries do to help them? I don't know. Are they blind? It's terrible. What Trump said in his, I guess, speech, or whatever it was an interview? I don't know. Was absolutely disgusting, especially to those veterans who lost their lives in those wars of the things that Americans have created to try and stabilize the world. And it's such a disgusting, disrespectful thing to say against all of those veterans and people who lost their lives. After all, he didn't give up anything when he should have gone to Vietnam, shouldn't he? And really, how can anybody think of this guy as being the leader of the free world, the head of the United States? I mean, the United States and the head of the country like Kennedy, Eisenhower, and others were those statesmen you could kind of respect. But now, what are we left with? This clown who thinks he's in some kind of reality show. What hope is there for the United States if somebody doesn't come in and do something about the whole thing? So, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe from those buttons below. And thank you all very much for watching. I think I may do some more history videos in the near or not too distant future. Mexico has a wealth of history. I really would like to learn more about it, really. Anyway, thank you all. Bye for now.